Hey my fellow Follicle Frontiersmen, it's DJ from Keratin Brotherhood. Welcome back to the channel. The Dermaroller that I use or have used until now is the improper Dermaroller. And shout out to the two viewers who put this information in the comment section. I went ahead and took my Dermaroller and on the outside, it looks like a Dermaroller. Okay, it's got needles that point out of a little cylinder shaped thing that you roll over the top of your head. But if you look closer at the needles themselves, you begin to notice something that those needles aren't really needles. Those needles have almost like a pyramid shape to them. One of my viewers, Curious Caroline, she really pointed this out to me in detail. She says, but after extensive research, I've now switched to Dermastamp and gotten rid of my Dermarollers. One of the main reasons is healing time, which I think ties in well with this video. Dermarollers penetrate the skin at an angle, leaving a Y-shaped micro-injury that leaves more chance for tears. And she used the flick and tear action. And so that's the part I really want to focus on, that flick and tear action, because she says it causes a longer healing time because the wound is a larger opening. Whereas the pin or stamp goes in vertically and the wound is significantly smaller, and that makes sense. If you guys aren't familiar, Dermastamps, basically it's just a stamp and you just push it like vertically onto the skin, stamping motion, and it causes them to go at a 9-degree angle perpendicular to the skin. Another viewer, 0100111, I don't know binary guys, but he says, bro, that's not a real Dermaroller. They're not needles. I forget the name, but it's one to avoid. Some say it causes more damage than good. Look into Koi Beauty brand. I did look into Koi Beauty brand and I purchased their micro needling or the Dermaroller. And so we're gonna take a look at that here in a second. But the point what I want to focus on today is there truth to what these two people are saying? Is the Dermaroller that I've been using this whole time, and maybe even recommended to a lot of you guys out there, are we using the wrong Dermaroller? So the only way to know for sure is to break open my Dermaroller. As soon as I cracked it open, that happened. What falls off? It looks like a blade saw, like the thing you would use to cut like lumber. And this is what Curious Caroline was talking to. She was saying that it causes a larger wound, and it makes sense if you look at it this way. These aren't even needles, man. This is this is blade saws, man. What's up with that? Looking at the Koi Beauty Dermaroller, these are needles that go straight through into the Dermaroller. So going back to 0100101, God, do I have to keep saying? I'm gonna call you 01 for this video. Going back to 01's comment, I can see what he's saying too. They're not needles. Now, what about the way that it penetrates the skin compared to, the pink and black Dermaroller? I don't have anybody's fake skin to roll over, and I don't have a microscope, guys, so I have to do the best I can with what I have. And if you look at it rolling over this piece of plastic here, the circular blades, I'm only applying slight pressure here, guys, and I'm rolling it over with just one blade, but you can see that they're not holes. They're like rectangles, like rows of little tiny rectangles across the plastic. You compare that with the Koi Beauty Dermaroller, and the Koi Beauty Dermaroller is making holes. They're just holes. So under closer inspection, you can see that the wound that they leave on the skin is definitely different. Going back to 01's comment, there's a lot to be said about that. There's more happening with this purple or this pink and black Dermaroller that we're not really talking about. What about the flick and tear motion? If you look at the way that both of these Dermarollers are holding onto the plastic as I pull it. Now understand that there's tension on your scalp. This plastic doesn't have the tension, it's just kind of like rolling over it. But you can see it's grabbing the plastic as it's rolling past it. And that's where the flick and tear that Caroline is talking about comes in. That flick and tear motion it's picking the skin, it's grabbing the skin on its way out, which is what causes the cone-shaped wound. Now I understand, guys, that this is not a fully funded, peer-reviewed study. This is a piece of plastic and me with a hammer. But there's something to be said by what I saw there. The takeaway from this video is to go look at your Dermaroller and make sure that it's not this, this cheap plastic circular blade saw, the bullshit thing that I have admittedly fallen prey to and used for like 4 years. I feel kind of bad because I've been using that, I've been promoting that, and that's not a good product. I'm definitely gonna go with the Koi Beauty one for now until I can convince my wife to let me buy that pen. I'll put out a new how to dermaroll video. The one that I have is pretty outdated and the quality is not as good. So you'll be seeing a new how to dermaroll video dropping hopefully within the next week or so. If you have any questions about dermarolling until then, drop it in the comments down below. Again, thank you to Curious Caroline and 01 followed by a bunch of ones and zeros. Guys, shout out to you. I really appreciate you sharing the knowledge with me. My name is DJ from Character Brotherhood. I'll see you in the next video.